Day 6 of hiking the Appalachian Trail in 100 days, and up on this little peak this morning you can see some foggy clouds down there in some of the valleys. Pretty neat. And some clouds out today, but there's some blue spots over there as well, so hopefully it doesn't rain too much. If it does, so it's just after 10 o'clock in the morning, and I am less than a mile out from Main Highway 15, and that road is 3.5 miles from Monson. So hopefully I can hitch a ride pretty easily, because walking 3.5 miles each way would not be good at all, and I am definitely not planning on that. So hoping I can get a ride from someone, but we'll see. There is another road that leads into Monson about 3.5 miles further on the AT, and it's closer, about 2 miles from Monson, but that one's significantly less traveled. So I figured, or it's a significantly smaller road, so I figured this Highway 15 would be more traveled. There'd be plenty of people going by picking me up, but we'll see. I am hoping for the best, for sure. So I'm back on the trail after a stop in Monson. So Monson is about 3.5 miles from the trail at the south end of the 100-mile wilderness. So I basically just started walking down the road towards Monson, and it's kind of like a 2-lane highway. Like, cars are going like 50 or 60. There is a little bit of a shoulder, so I was not right in the road, but after probably about 10 or 15 minutes, some guy picked me up, so that was really awesome. I think he was just like a rafting instructor or guide on the Kennebec River, which is pretty cool. So he took me into town. I stopped at the post office first to get my package of food. And then I went across the street to the ATC Welcome Center, I guess, or whatever it's called, and talked to the lady there for a little bit, and registered and got my hang tag and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then I went right up the road to the general store and got a little bit of food that I wanted extra. Basically, my plan originally was for breakfast. Oh, slipped a little bit there. My plan was for breakfast to be 4 packs of those instant oatmeal Quaker stuff, but that's not working out. It's like giving me problems, so I basically ditched all that and gonna just like substitute ramen for that and then have other stuff for dinner, sort of. So I bought a few like Mountain House adventure style meals that you just add boiling water to and then let sit for like 10 minutes. And then I bought some little like Cliff Bars just as a little extra food if I need it. And then bought some gummy worms, because why not? And I got like a sandwich there for lunch. And while I was in there, it started pouring rain for a few minutes, so glad I was not on the trail at that point. And then after that, I went over to Shaw's Hostel, which is probably one of the most famous hostels on the AT. They've been around since the 70s, I think it said on the sign. So that was pretty cool. Got to see what's going on there. And I went to the gear house place they have, and bought an extra lighter because I realized, well, my dad pointed out basically there's no way to know when your lighter is like low, or it's not very easy to tell. So just have an extra one, then whenever mine, if it ever runs out of fuel, then I'll have an extra one. And then I also I wanted to buy a pack cover, but they were all out of like pack covers. They had like poncho things that you could put on your pack, but I didn't really feel that was what I was looking for. So I just bought like a dry bag basically for my clothes. Just because my current pack cover isn't doing a great job and it's kind of old. So I think I didn't like throw it away or anything because it's probably doing something. But I'll still probably try to buy another pack cover and replace that one at some point in the future. And then I just kind of organized my food from my box and put all of my oatmeal in the hiker box that I don't need. And then I went over to the ice cream store. It's called Monson General Scoops. Got some ice cream, of course. That was pretty good. And then I just started walking back up the road. And again, it probably took about 10 minutes, but some lady picked me up, and she had a little kid in the car that was probably like 2 years old. So I was surprised she picked me up, but she did, and was super nice, took me back. And not while I was walking, but while I was in the car with her, it rained pretty hard for like 2 minutes. And then right before she got back to the trail, it stopped raining and the sun came out. So felt pretty lucky there. It rained like 5 minutes after I started hiking a little bit, but nothing too bad. So probably about a mile in since starting. So I think I have 8 more miles to go to Horseshoe Canyon Lean-To, where I'm staying tonight. I don't think the hike should be particularly difficult. I think there's some elevation, but not too much. The only potential problem is there might be some streams that I have to ford, but we'll see if I can make it across dryly or not. So we'll see how that goes. In the tent for another night, and had a pretty good day today. I hiked about 10.5 miles this morning to get to a road and exited the 100-mile wilderness, and then got a ride to Monson where I resupplied on some gear and food, and then I came back out and did another 9 miles to the Horseshoe Canyon Lean-To. So pretty good day. The hiking wasn't all that difficult. I think for the 19 miles I was hiking a little bit less than 9 hours, but I had about 2.5 to 3 hours in town, so I didn't get into camp until around 5:15. There were some cool guys at the lean-to that I was talking to. Both of them have section hiked a lot of the trail. The one guy, he said he's done, I think, about 2,000 miles of the trail, and after this section hike where he's going, I think from Monson south some, after this one, all I'll have left is the 100-mile wilderness and Katahdin. So that's pretty cool. Aside from that, nothing else too notable to report. Got another day of hiking tomorrow. I think about 22 miles exactly, and 2 mountains, so we'll see how that goes.